but yesterday was especially drama-ish as Elon Musk decided to ban 8 journalists, Brian.
Yeah, so around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, around then, uh, reports started to come in that specific journalists had been being suspended from Twitter. They were logging into their accounts, finding that they were suspended. And before, I'd say 30 minutes or an hour or so, we got kind of a full picture of what was happening. And in total, 8 journalists were banned. These journalists range from CNN to Washington Post and the New York Times, several independent journalists as well. Aaron Rootbar was one of the main ones that was first noticed. But it appeared that Twitter was trying to get back at some of these journalists for some of the things that they posted regarding the Elon Jet account, which Elon claims led to a car that his son was in getting sort of attacked. Somebody jumped on the hood and they followed it. But Twitter banned these 8 journalists. It was, some people were phrasing it as the Thursday night massacre. He also banned the main official account for Mastodon, which is a decentralized social media platform, kind of trying to compete with Twitter. But the bans, like I said, appear to be related to the journalists linking and posting images of Elon's flight paths, which happen to be publicly available via the FAA website, the Federal Aviation Administration. Musk later posted a poll asking if journalists should be unbanned either now or in 7 days. This poll ends in about 12 hours from now. So I guess after that, we'll see what happens. Right now is winning by quite a bit. As a dad, I think I see where he's coming from. He wants to protect his kid the best he can, and he wants to make sure that his kid is safe. But as an observer from afar, I think the hypocrisy is quite clear. He's promoting this release of all these Twitter files, he calls them, which show that Twitter banned mostly conservatives for spreading false information around the elections, around COVID, and he attacked the previous team at Twitter for doing this, saying that it's violating free speech and whatnot. But then you have journalists who are posting this information from the FAA, which is actually public information. Flight paths are public information. All you need to know is the number on the plane. Journalists are just reposting this either in articles or sometimes on Twitter, and he thinks that these journalists should be banned. So you're comparing journalists posting public information on a town square versus users posting misinformation that could actually lead to election interference or COVID deaths on this public square. I think one is a little bit worse than the other. So I see the hypocrisy there.
Yeah, it's really hard to view this and not think there's hypocrisy, like you said. Does this mean that posting any information now is going to get you banned? Like if you post phone numbers, addresses, license plates, whatever, personal information, is that going to result in a banning? Or will it only result in a banning when it affects Elon Musk and he has to say, okay, it's going to apply to everyone now? It feels like that's what he's doing here. Like you said, the COVID misinformation. So basically you're saying posting information that could lead to the harm of somebody should not be permitted. But posting that drinking bleach could cure COVID or kill the COVID virus, which actually did happen on Twitter, and that's some of the stuff that was censored, that's free speech, and that should be allowed. Where's that line drawn? And who draws that line? It used to be Jack Dorsey and the Twitter team back then. Now it's Elon Musk and his team. Jack Dorsey's team was more left-leaning. Elon Musk definitely appears to be more right-leaning since he's taken over Twitter. So the line has just shifted to protecting more conservatives. That's my view. It's not really free speech. It's just more free speech for people who have Elon Musk's ideas of what free speech should be. So I think that's a problem. And I think that's why you need to decentralize this. Something like DeSo, where diamondapp.com is built on the DeSo blockchain. That's all decentralized. Nobody has control. Diamond App is an app built on this blockchain. They can ban people, they can censor stuff, but all that data is still on that blockchain, and other apps can still pull that data and feed into it. So I think that's ultimately the solution. Elon Musk obviously doesn't have that intention, at least not right now. He just wants control. And I think it's funny because he actually was in a Twitter space in the very beginning, and he was mentioning how Jack Dorsey had so much control. And somebody asked him why he bought Twitter, and he jokingly said, because I want control. He said it in a
All
joking manner,
jokes
but
have some truth to them.
I don't think it was really a joke. I think he's actually serious.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
yeah, like I've been participating in a lot of Twitter spaces, some pretty big ones. Mario Nawfal has been hosting some, and it's more leaning right. I'd say it's substantially leaning right most of the time. And these people are all attacking the past Twitter and Jack Dorsey for banning misinformation that could actually cause harm to hundreds or thousands of people. But then when Elon bans journalists for posting information that's already out there, that's public, that the federal government posts, it's crickets. You don't really hear them sticking up for those same principles of free speech, as they call it. So I have a problem with that. I think that the hypocrisy is clear, like I said before.
Yeah, and Jack Dorsey has biases. I have biases. You have biases. Everybody has biases. Elon Musk has his own biases. So this case is a case in which Elon Musk acted on his own biases to remove free speech from the platform. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, I would actually say, that information shouldn't be on Twitter. If that was my son, I would be furious as well. So I don't know. What happens when a big Twitter account begins posting negative information, say about Tesla or about Elon Musk breakup with Grimes, or say lies about his children? Are these users going to get banned? Is that information going to be censored? And then is Elon Musk going to say you're no longer allowed to post misinformation about people's breakups or lies about people's children? So we don't know. And obviously this isn't free speech in the traditional sense. So we'll just have to wait and see how it unfolds, I think.